Mav's Coffee Clarity with Denise is brought to you in partnership with Drive Media and Consulting and their premier sponsors. Subscribe on your favorite streaming platforms and share. If you just found us, welcome. And if you're a regular, welcome back. Denise DiGrigoli has spent her life in the creative industries as an entrepreneur, helping people transform their visions into thriving businesses, working with individuals and teams to find their purpose and live their life vibrantly. On her pod, Denise delivers business intel and life hacks with wit and wisdom in short shots like a strong espresso with a solid sense of humor. Enjoy this episode of Mav's Coffee Clarity, and here's Mav.
Welcome, my friends. You are on Mav's Coffee Clarity. Every week, we're spilling the beans on business intel and life hacks designed to move you forward in work, life, and self-care. And come on, nowadays, who doesn't need that? Every week, I interview some fascinating people from all walks of life, entrepreneurs, creatives, forward-thinking people. They share their stories of resilience, tenacity, their transformations, and their silver linings outside of their fiascos. And when I'm not interviewing fabulous people, it's just me, Mav, and a short shot. I believe that everybody has been a maverick for a minute, a moment, or a lifetime. And if you're new, welcome. And if you're a regular, welcome back. I'm so thankful to see you. This week is just me giving you a little short shot. I want to talk about logistics, project management, and how you handle things that aren't going your way. And remaining organized to see it through. A lot of people say, I'm not that organized. How is it you can fit so many things in your day, Denise? Well, listen, any skill you want to put in your basket of tools can be developed. I hope you would all agree with that. So can you be a public speaker? Absolutely. Can you be an entrepreneur? Absolutely. Can you be the best roller skater and disco dancer? Absolutely. What does it take? It takes focus. It takes a little bit of project management skills, which, yes, can be learned. And it takes visualization of the outcome. You can change it as you go along, but visualization of an outcome is really important. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey of what happened to us this past week. And it took an entire week. And yes, I did kind of feel like I wanted to lose my marbles today, but I had to remember and remind myself of my own maverick wisdom. Why? Because I need to role model the behavior that I seek to teach others that I work with and also those in my family, namely my young adult daughter who's recently graduated college. So here's what happened, my friends. Are you going to buckle up? I had a wonderful weekend in the city with my friend who was my former college roommate. We went to the first ever college alum. And in this alum week, it wasn't like beer ponging. It was networking. It was workshops. It was going to Gotham Comedy Club. We had a fabulous time. She went back to Oregon. I came back to Connecticut. And I woke up Monday. I had planned out my day Sunday night. This is what I'm going to do, blah, blah, blah. Get right back into it. And I had a meeting in Southern Fairfield County, Connecticut. So I was about at this point, let me see, I was 25 miles from home. And I got this phone call. Bring. It was my husband, Troy. Don't worry. Oh, okay, that's a wonderful way to open the call. Ava called, and there's an emergency. Oh, even better. And I said, is she okay? Yes, she is. But somebody hit her car in front of the house. Are they okay? I don't know. I'm going home now. I'll be in touch. I really thought all of the hair follicles were going to release and my hair was just going to fly off my body. And I had to be present for my meeting. So I said to the person I was meeting with, look, we've had a little emergency at home. I need to stay on a tight hour here. I'm going to be focused. This has nothing to do with project management. This just has to do with developing skills and having the right people in your life to help you manage through things and also then leaderly rolling through. Okay, so I drive back up to the town we live in, and somebody had come down our road, which is traditionally a 25-mile-an-hour road, and they had smashed into our car that was legally parked on the street. And when they smashed into it, they kind of catapulted it up to the front yard. Now, accidents happen. I'm not blaming. I'm not shaming. I just want you to wrap your mind around the logistics of getting things done. And especially when things don't go your way or something bad happens to you. Now, thankfully, the person that hit the car was okay. Everybody walked away without an ambulance. Now, thankfully, we weren't backing the car out and putting it on the street at that time. It could have been a lot worse. The support system in our town came quickly, and the person that hit the car was picked up, and now it was left to us to expedite a claim. And what we learned was we could expedite one through our insurance company, or we could go through the company that had hit our car. If we had gone through ours with the current state of insurance, of course, we would have had to pay the deductible, and then they would have to go back after the other person's insurance to claim back the money that was spent. But in the meantime, Troy's insurance would take a hit. So there's decisions to be made along the way, right? I need a car. We're self-employed. We don't have days off that are paid. And so I'm thinking we need to get back to work. Everybody's safe. Everybody's good. Next order of business is how are we getting back to work? We need the cars that we need to perform in our companies and what we're trying to achieve. So we had the police report number. And normally, based on my experience of the people that I work with, people wait. They wait to have someone else take action because, it's alarming. It was scary, especially for my daughter. And you don't always know what to do. So here's what you do. You get a police report number. You go down to the police station. Don't wait for the insurance company to call the police. Go down and be proactive and get the police copy. And then you have a copy for yourself. And after that, my insurance agent gave me the number of the company who would be responsible, and I started expediting. That's a very important word, expediting. Why? Because now I had to take some ownership of the process, which, most entitled mindsets might say, I'm not going to do it. They affected my property. They should do it. How many people would say that? Many people would say that. Olivia's even shaking her head, yes. So, but I don't like but. Yet, I needed to get everybody back to work, meaning we needed to have cars. Now, here became the other stumbling block. Can you rent a car when you are under 25 in the state of Connecticut? Yes, that rule just changed, but I didn't know that. So in the meantime, I went down to the two car rentals in town and asked and found that out. So that was a little bit better, but we had to start expediting the process and sending over photos and sending over a police report and negotiating on our behalf something that really we didn't cause. And this was the learning point, because young people that thankfully have never had this experience didn't understand. They think, well, you have insurance. It's just fine. That's it. Go get another car. It doesn't really happen like that, as we know. But I needed to be very, as well as my husband, Troy, very detailed in our explanation because we saw it as a learning opportunity. And the opportunity was to explain, listen, accidents happen and you might be mad, but what if one day it's me, your mother, who's now much older and, is having trouble driving and I hit somebody's car. You don't want somebody yelling at me. So that's the first order of business. Let's have empathy. Even though it sucks, let's have empathy. And the second order of business is, how would you handle it if you had moved out to Los Angeles because you got the job you wanted and this happened to you out there? Better you learn now. So I will say the two insurance companies we were dealing with were pretty good. But the time was running out because we had to rent a car only until a certain date. And we had to find a new car. Remember, interest rates are different. So we had that car at 2%. The next car would probably be at 7%. Everybody's got to have skin in the game. So, we're teaching our daughter how to finance a car. There's a lot of learning lessons. But the timing of it was important. And taking note of who you spoke to, when you emailed, what they said, and how they said they would respond is really important. Because if you promise to do something, I'm sure you're going to do it. And some people have the best intentions and they promise something and it doesn't happen. But you've made important decisions around those dates. And guess what? Now it's creating a problem for you, which is kind of what happened for us. So we signed off on the documents last week, Friday. This has gone on all week, shopping for a car, working with the insurance companies, asking all the right questions, taking down the details. We're like, okay, we agree on this price. We agree on the rental car date. We agree. Here's our power of attorney, which is a big deal. And you're going to pick up the car on Monday, which was yesterday in our world. And then you'll expedite various payments and everything will be great. And we can go get the car that's on hold. Here's the sticky part. The dealer that my husband has worked with many times was holding a car on a promise, a handshake, which is unheard of nowadays, right, my friends? But not really. Good business people do things on a handshake. I'm not giving out legal advice, medical advice, or any advice. I'm giving you a set of ideas and my experience. So naturally, we were concerned that if the insurance claim didn't go well or go through right away, we would lose the car that was technically on hold with a handshake. So today, I had to get back on the line and say, what's happening? The car wasn't picked up. And here was the little glitch. There was one extra form that wasn't signed at the towing center. So the towing center wasn't willing to release the car to the insurance company because they needed Troy's signature. And this was holding up everything. So it's asking the right questions. Finally, we figure that out. He goes down, he releases it, and the insurance companies come together. I tell my agent what's happening. The other company comes together, and it goes together beautifully. It could have gone, as I explained to our daughter, so south. You could have been waiting till this week for anyone to even contact you had you not gone down, got the police report, and started, maybe expediting the process with your agent. This is my experience. I'm not saying it would be your experience. What I want you to take away from this is the details. When you have to expedite a process, let's use the process of a wedding. You know the date. You want to get married. Let's work back from there. Who's coming? What are you wearing? Where is it going to be? What are you serving? Is it indoor? Is it outdoor? In every project, I've spent many years in exhibits and trade shows. In every project, let's go to that. The show has a show open, right? And we're designing exhibits that have so many moving pieces and parts, never mind the legalities of just getting it there and getting it set up on time. So between an insurance claim, a wedding, and a trade show, what's the commonality? Does anybody have the answer? Olivia? You? No? Okay. It's put your mind in the details. In the case of the insurance claim, we just needed to be able to buy the car before the car rental ran out, and the nice dealer decided, it's been too long to accept my handshake, which probably wasn't going to happen. But listen, we were all operating on details and deadlines. So in the case of a trade show where the show opens on, say, December 6th and it closes on December 9th, there is no room for a shipping error. If you have a shipping error, you need a fallback plan because the show must go on, right? We must get back to work and have some sort of car, whether it's a rental, somebody's giving us a ride, it's an Uber. There's got to be a plan. You know what they say? People that plan, that fail to plan to fail. And you've got to be also coming with your best energy. Today, when I say I wanted to lose my marbles, I was like, oh no, what if something falls through? And I might have been grumbling under my voice, but not to anybody I was speaking to in email or on the phone. Kindness wins. Kindness wins. Sophisticated approaches win. Doesn't mean you have to be the most highly GPA'd intelligent person in the room. It's your finesse and your charisma. Approach people as you want to be approached. Take down the notes. Well, you told me you were going to pick it up on such and such a day. Why is the delay? You told me my wedding dress was going to be here on such and such a day. Why is the delay? Oh, it got lost. Okay, well, do you have a backup wedding dress for me? Your trade show exhibit got lost in shipping. Do we have a rental? So my point is, you cannot be swearing, losing your marbles, taking it out on the other person. You must go from the point of view that everybody comes to the party with the best intention and they're doing their best job. They really are, or they probably wouldn't be there. And they're learning too. What I learned today is there's a lot more release forms nowadays than ever before. And thankfully, we don't have that many car accidents, so I don't need to learn that every day. And I think the important thing for us to know about logistics and project management and time management, which I talk about all the time, is write it down. I don't care if you write it down on a paper or you have an app. Write out the entire scope of whatever it is you're trying to achieve, whether it's a car insurance claim, a wedding, a trade show. I could give you a million other things with a deadline. A product launch, a new business open. What's the visualization? Not only do you want to see people happy and, the door is opening to your new business, what do you need to get there? The more details you have and the more you explain it to everybody you are working with, the better off the result will be. I have to say, our experience in the end with both of the insurance companies were stellar, just stellar. Everybody came together inside of a week. Hopefully, we are back into a new used vehicle and everybody's back at work. And that was the end game. Just get everybody back up and working, especially since no one was hurt, right? The doctor said to me, I went for a physical later on that week. He goes, listen, metal can be replaced, not people. Isn't that the truth, my friends? And isn't it important to treat each person as you'd want to be treated, allowing them to grow and learn? You can only be a success by helping other people grow into being a success. And so what I like to say is an old saying my grandmother would say all the time, and I never really understood it until I was further on in years. She'd say, Denise, if you want to be a success, you must make someone else a success. Feed a man a fish or feed a person a fish, he eats for the day. Teach a person how to fish, and he eats for a lifetime, or they eat for a lifetime. All right, my friends, it's been a long week, but it's a week that's coming together. I'm thankful for you. Peace out. Mav is calling it a night.